Have you been on the receiving end of some negative feedback? It's not very nice, is it? Of course it's not. None of us like being told that we've done something wrong. None of us like being told that we're not meeting the standards or expectations required. So being in that situation where we're being given some constructive feedback, negative feedback, constructive criticism, however you want to label it, is a really difficult situation for any of us to be in. The key to responding to feedback appropriately is to follow the 3 R's, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. Hey there, how's it going? My name is Coop and welcome to Think, Can, Will. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by my channel. Please do consider subscribing. Every Thursday I share tips and advice to help you get on at work and progress your career. Being on the receiving end of constructive feedback or negative feedback, like I said, is a really hard situation for any of us to be in, and it's one in which we're likely to feel quite emotional. So we may be angry, we may get upset, we may get frustrated. There's lots of emotions we're going to feel, and that ultimately can impact on how we respond to the situation. So before responding to what's being said to you, and before reacting and giving an emotional response to defend yourself, whether the feedback you're receiving is accurate, whether it's being done appropriately, or whether you agree with it or not, pause, take a deep breath and just take some time and remember 3 R's. So the first thing to do to receive feedback correctly is to receive, but be patient. So receive the feedback, listen to what's being said, listen to where the concerns are being raised, or what's being said to you, and what the actual issues being addressed by your manager are. Your immediate reaction is going to be to respond, but try not to do that, because like I said, your first reaction is likely to be an emotional one, and you want to make sure that however you respond, you come across in the most appropriate way. So point number 2 is to reflect. So take a deep breath, take time to pause, and think about what's just been said to you. Now, you are likely to want to respond to every single point that's been raised, if there's quite a few. Understand you can't do that, so just take a moment to pause, consider the most important things or the biggest points that you feel you need to respond to, and prepare. Because number 3 is to respond. Now, respond appropriately is the key to the situation. You ultimately want to make sure that you are maintaining your self-respect, your dignity, and you want to make sure that you put yourself across in the best possible way. So try to avoid the angry, the emotional, the frustrated responses, and take time to put your point across. Now, if the feedback you've received is fair and actually you're being called on some of your shortcomings, don't try to make excuses, don't try to blame anybody else or anything else. Just hold your hands up and have the conversation with your manager about how you can put things right going forwards. If there are exceptional circumstances as to why things are the way they are, have the conversation now and talk about what's happened and why it's happened and what can be done to address it. Ultimately, like I said, you need to respond in an appropriate manner for the situation, and you want to make sure that you are putting across the best representation of yourself. So be calm, be professional, be respectful, and respond accordingly. So there you go, hope that helps. I completely understand that it's a really difficult situation to be in, that none of us like being in. You can't control the feedback being given to you, you can't control the quality of the feedback, the accuracy of the feedback, and the manner in which you are being given it. You can control your response and your reaction. So like I said, when you are in that situation and when you are receiving some negative feedback, take a deep breath, pause, receive, reflect, respond. If you bear that in mind, then you can hopefully come out of the situation a much stronger person, and you can put things right and show your manager that actually, you might not have been on form, but they were wrong in what they were saying to you. It's up to you how you respond and the action you take after the feedback session. I do always try to say that any constructive feedback and negative feedback is a chance to learn and progress and to develop and improve for next time. So do try to also remember that when you are in that situation. That's it from me for this week. Take care, and I'll see you soon.